here with Senator David Holt, continuing our conversation about, 779 didn't pass during the election, the future of school districts and pay raises for our teachers. We had a lot of people chime in. So Lindsay wants to know, she wrote in, she says, what is the plan for the superintendents that would be out of the job if your plan to consolidate superintendents did
Right,
in fact
yeah. So, I mean,
pass?
as we were discussing, one of the ways maybe to fund teacher pay raises would be to take us down from 520 superintendents to a lower number. In what I proposed a year ago was 200. And of course, as we established in the last segment, that doesn't mean closing any schools. That's just talking about superintendents. So Lindsay's asking, what would the superintendents do that are out of a job? I mean, if we could ever get serious about this conversation, I'm not necessarily optimistic that this is going to be the solution, because this has been fought tooth and nail at the Capitol by the superintendents. But if we ever got to that point, as I said in the last segment, I would love to have a conversation about giving the current superintendents a soft landing. But that's still so theoretical at this point. Well, I mean, just in the sense that we'd find some sort of position for them, until they retire. Maybe they're back in the classroom. I don't know, but I mean that's like 16. That's like step 16, and we're still talking about step 1. So
And how much money, I mean, if you take away 320 superintendent positions, how much money does that add to the pot to give a $10,000 pay raise to our teachers?
Tens of millions. And it's not going to give you a $5,000 or a $10,000 pay raise, But what I have found is with constituents, they just cannot get past this issue of the inefficiencies in our administration. They have a real hard time supporting any other funding for education until this superintendent issue is addressed. And so it is not the silver bullet funding-wise, but it is something that we have to continue to talk about, because I have found that constituents just can't get past that issue. It's so frustrating to them.
And Ava Doyle wants to know, she says, what feedback has he received from nonprofit education advocacy organizations on both the raise and the consolidation plans? Have they offered to work with him, or not at all?
Well, yeah, the education establishment is pretty united against consolidating superintendents. They have always fought for superintendent positions here in Oklahoma, even though we have so many more superintendents than the rest of the country. As far as teacher pay raise on that, everybody's pretty supportive of that, and I think they're grateful that anybody's talking about it. It was really important to me on election night to make the statement that what I was hearing as a legislator was not that Oklahoma doesn't want teacher pay. It is that we want a different plan, and we want the legislature to do its job. And I've certainly heard great feedback from people in education that they're glad somebody said that. They feared that when 779 went down, that had ended the teacher pay conversation. And I think they feel that there's actually some reason for hope.
George wants your response here. He wrote into us and said, teachers, not the only state employees who need a raise. You also must remember they get more time off than any other state workers. What
absolutely. I mean, there are only so many crises that David Holt, can try to address. And yes, absolutely. State workers, other than teachers, have also gone a long time without a raise. And, I would love to see some solutions in that area as well. I'm one of 149 legislators. This is what I've decided, is my highest priority right now is teacher pay. There are other people that can try to tackle those issues and try to come up with revenue streams for state workers. I don't deny what George is saying about the need for a pay raise. It's just this is what I'm focused on right now, because this is the thing that seems like the greatest crisis. It affects our kids. It affects the future that we want for the state of Oklahoma. If we don't have good teachers, we can't have a good education system. If we don't have a good education system, we simply don't have the state that we want.
Yeah. Senator David Holt, always good to have you on,
absolutely.
sir. And we look
me.
forward to seeing how your consolidation plan unfolds.
Teacher pay raise plan is what matters.
Teacher pay raise plan. I
Eyes on the
stand
prize.
corrected here. Yeah, thank you so much, sir.